Good morning. Craig Howard here again this morning. Nice fall morning. You can hear the crickets or whatever, locusts or whatever, chirping. The insects are singing, the birds are singing, and the leaves are turning, and the air it's nice and cool. Just feels nice. It's a good morning. I was reading something this morning about a man who, well, he's a man now, but when he was a child, his name was Mr. Morita. When he was a child, at 2 years old, he was diagnosed with spinal tuberculosis, and they told him he would never walk. They told his family he would never walk. When he was 11 years old, a doctor fused four of his vertebrae together, and he was actually able to learn to walk again. He went on to become a stand-up comedian. He left an engineering job, became a stand-up comedian, and then went on to become an award-winning actor as the one of the lead roles in The Karate Kid as Mr. Miyagi. Maybe you'll remember Mr. Miyagi in The Karate Kid. And he went on to become a very successful actor. He was in one of my favorite movies, Midway, which is a World War II movie. He became a very successful actor in his career. But the point I'm getting at is he could have given in to his weakness, and his weakness could have defined him. His weakness could have handicapped him. His weakness could have made him somebody who never was able to accomplish anything. But instead, his weakness drove him forward. Sometimes the best thing we can do for ourselves is to recognize our weakness and then seek strength we need, not in ourselves, but seek the strength that we need in the Lord. The Bible tells us in 2 Corinthians 12, Paul says, "In my weakness I find strength." Um, you may have found yourself struggling in some situation. You may have found yourself ready to give up in some situation, and you think, that I'm just never going to be able to do what I want to do. I'm never going to be able to be what I want to be. But it's when we give over our weakness to the Lord and say, Lord, in myself, I don't have what I need to move forward, but I know the strength that you have. I know the strength that you can bring to me. I know the help that you can be. It's in our areas of weakness, in our times of weakness, that we find our greatest strength. Um, Let me just pull up that full verse. Sorry, I should have had that ready. I thought I had it right here. I'm sorry. Here's what Paul said, beginning in verse 7. It says, or because of these surpassing great revelations, therefore, in order to keep me from becoming conceited, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger of Satan to torment me. 3 times I pleaded for the Lord to take it away from me, but he said, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Hear that. God is telling Paul, my power, my strength, my help, my direction, my deliverance, all the things. He says, my power is made perfect in your weakness, because it's in your weakness you release yourself to let God be God, to let God take control. And then he goes on to say, therefore, Paul goes on to say, well, Paul goes on to say, therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest in me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weakness, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties, for when I am weak, then I am strong. You may be having a hard time right now. There may be some things going on in your life that you just don't know what to do about. All of us have those from time to time, where we're just faced with situations and we're not sure what to do. Maybe it's a physical problem. Maybe it's a business problem. Maybe it's an emotional problem. Maybe it's a relationship problem. But you're caught in a situation, or you've been caught in a situation that you just don't know which direction to go from. That's when you really need to get serious about turning these things over to God, because Paul said, it's in those times of weakness that I become strong. It's in those times of weakness that I find the strength that I need as I turn to God, because He's got all the strength I could ever want or ever need. He's got all the wisdom I could ever want or ever need. He's got all the resources I could ever want or ever need. He can be our all in all if we'll just give Him that opportunity. So think about that this morning as you go through your day, or as you face whatever struggle it is you may be facing. Remember that Christ is everything you need. Well, you have a great day. God bless you, and I will see you, Lord willing, tomorrow.